Plastics are something that we keep using in our day-to-day life, in our different walks of life. Plastics are generally not recommended, as you all know, due to various reasons. And I can take two main reasons. One is that they are not that friendly to our health system, not only humans, but all the living organisms in this biosphere or in this earth. And second thing is, plastics are not eco-friendly, meaning that they don't get decomposed once we throw it after use. So for example, if you take a leaf that has fallen off from a tree and you don't disturb it that for a week or so, after a week you could see that the leaf slowly start degrading. It is decomposed by the action of microbes present in this ecosystem. So this is what is called as a biodegradable thing, and plastics do not get biodegraded, right? Hence they tend to accumulate in this earth over a period of years, okay, causing a great ecological setback. So that's the reason why we are not recommended to use plastics, or if at all, it should be a biodegradable one, right? So hope we are all aware of these concepts. And in recently there has been a research, a very basic research, which has got published in a very reputed journal called as Proceedings in National Academy of Sciences. Regarding some aspects of use of plastic bottled water bottle that we normally sold in market, right? So they have found some new discoveries, and please do join us in this video to get to know what are those things and what is the conclusion of that particular research. So it is going to add to your scientific knowledge, as well also it is going to create a general awareness regarding the use of plastics. So please do join us. The first question is, are bottled water worse? Obviously, the answer is yes. Okay, because a liter of water bottle, okay, is expected to have loads and loads of plastics. I have mentioned within bracket nano. Let me explain what nanoplastics in a couple of minutes. So the point is, a liter of water is going to have loads and loads of nanoplastic bits, right? So that is the main observation of this particular topic. Okay, and this research was actually I got it from PNAS journal, which is called as a Proceedings of National Academy of Sciences, which is a reputed journal where scientists would love to get their research or articles getting published in PNAS. Such a reputed journal it is, right? So this piece of information, research information, is from that particular journal, right? Okay, so the point is, I have mentioned here already, it is going to have a number of nanoplastics. So how many or how much is the question here? 1, 2, 3, 100, 1,000, 10,000. Friends, you can be shocked that a liter of water collected from different popular brands is known to have 240,000 detectable fragments. 240,000 approximately average, right? Okay, and they say that it is going to be 10 to 100 times more than the estimate that they had prior to this research. Prior to this research, they had some values in their mind through the previous research, but this particular outcome, through this outcome, they said that this going to be 10 to 100 times more than the pre-estimates what they have in their mind, right? What are nanoplastics? What are nanoplastics? So we know what are plastics. There is no lecture required to for us to know what plastics are, because we are getting used to that day to day, right? But we have something called as meter, millimeter, which we can observe through our naked eye, right? And micrometer, which is 10 to the power minus 6 meter, our eye doesn't have enough resolution to observe that, so we need a magnification system, which we commonly call it as a microscope, right? Likewise, further down the micrometer, we have a nanometer, which is 10 to the power minus 9, right? So which means that nanoplastics are plastics of nanometer in size, which we normally cannot see through the naked eye. Okay, so if I say the nanoplastics are there in a bottle of water, which means that we don't see them, but we actually drink them. So that is the idea here, right? And as I said, it's going to be 1 billionth of a meter, that is 10 to the power minus 9 meter, right? So this is the nanoplastic. Okay, and if I say microplastic, which means that plastics which are comparatively bigger when compared to nanoplastic, which is 10 to 10 to the power of minus 6, okay, meter, the size, okay. And are nanoplastics bad? Obviously, because the point here is they say that the nanoplastics being small, they get retained in the body comparatively, and it is getting supplied to the different organs through blood, okay, and organs such as brain, heart, etc., where it is going to cause the desired effect, right? So that is the point here. Whereas they say that the microplastics tend to get eliminated, from the body once consumed, but this nanoplastic, they are small, they get retained, okay, compared to microplastic. So that is the point here. And they also cross placenta, obviously. You all know what are placenta. Placenta is something, a bridge between the mother and fetus. So obviously when these nanoplastics can cross placenta, which means that it can reach fetus also. So when a pregnant mother consumes this nanoplastic, obviously the growing baby will also have the loads and loads of nanoplastics, right, from mother. And it is also going to have a considerable damage to the ecosystem. The point here is, though they have found that it is going to cause a deleterious effect, but exact effects and our exact mechanism of action are yet to be, proved, right? And research are going on, and probably near future we will be able to get the exact deleterious effect these nanoplastics are going to cause, right? So this is the point. And the point is, as I said, this nanoplastics being very minute, it needs a specialized system, right? So how these scientists have detected this loads of nanoplastic in this bottle of water, and it is through a specialized technique called as simulated Raman scattering microscopy. And one point here is that this technique was invented by the scientists who were involved in this research. So prior to this research, they have invented this technique, and they have used this technique in this research also. This is one important highlight, that people should know. Actually, they have taken 3 brands of water, commercial water, which they have not mentioned the names of the brands, but 3 different, and in all the brands a similar observation, okay, was observed, right? And the results were, friends, you could see approximately 1,10,000 to 3,70,000 particles, okay, there is a nanoplastics were identified, okay, and actually particle, I should not say here, the nanoplastic, remember it is particle which can be either nano or micro, of which 90% were nanoplastics and rest were microplastics, right? And I have already talked about the effect of the nanoplastic and what does it do, okay, when we consume. And most common the nanoplastics were nylon, PET, polyamide, okay. Nylon, they say that the water get the loads of nylon once the water is getting filtered, okay, in the purification process. And PET bottle is what we generally use to carry our water, and at every gulp we also consume some loads of PET and polyamide and other plastics from the bottle cap. This is one interesting thing. They say that whenever we open and close the water bottle, some amount of water is getting exposed to the cap, which dissolves some plastics from the cap into the water, right? So these are all some interesting, the observation of in short, a plastic water bottle is going to have loads and loads of nanoplastic and also some amount of microplastics, right? This is the conclusion. And finally, we have to do something to avoid this, because we keep gulping water, drinking water containing in this the plastic water bottles, and obviously till date we should have already consumed lots and lots of plastics into our system. So you can imagine 1 liter is going to have this much load. Till now we would have consumed loads and loads of liters and liters of water, consuming loads and loads of plastics into our system. What could be the different ways by which we can avoid? Maybe we can use avoiding plastic water bottle, right? And we can go for a steel option and minimize. See, I don't think we can completely minimize the usage of plastic water bottle, but we can reduce it, right, through different ways. We can carry an empty bottle wherever we go out. When we get a commercial packaged water, we can immediately transfer it to the steel water bottle. We have many such ways, right, by which we can minimize this. This is one interesting observation that I want to share with you. So kindly view this, okay. You try to inculcate these practices in your system, in your lifestyle, and do share with your friend so that we try to build a healthier ecosystem in this world, right? So thanks for watching, and we will meet soon in another interesting video. Thanks.